Hi everybody, Richard Roy 2 here. This is a video response to Chrissy the World Within and her video Objectification, where she's asking the question, what does it mean to objectify somebody? And this has to do with feminists' regard to the way men look upon sex workers. And it's an interesting question. One of the things I find useful is to find some sort of a contrast. So when you're looking up objectify, it's helpful if you look up subjectify as a kind of a contrast, an opposite. And I find it very difficult looking at these to find some sort of distinction between them. And subjectify is to make it personal. And if a man is going out to look for a sex worker for a particular function, this function, sex, I suppose you could look upon it as objectify, but many of us do this same thing. Whenever we look at anything, we try to identify it in some form of frame of reference to ourselves, what is useful to us. I suppose that could be regarded as being objectified. So this is an object that performs a function, it's useful for that, and that's it. But is it not still personal? I mean, you're finding the function of it for your own personal use, so it's rather a difficult one to look at. If you're going out, if you're looking at it that way, are you not going into the store to purchase something and you're looking for someone to help for you? Are you not objectifying the person as someone who is going to help you to get what you need? The sales clerk. The person who gives you information about stuff, whatever the case may be. These are all objectifications, are they not? So is any regard for anybody who fulfills a function that you need regarded as objectifying, and is that not also negative? Or is it just not negative, it's simply identifying a function? I think we all do it, and everything we do in frame of reference when we go outside and we come across people, we usually identify them in some form of reference to our own existence. A neighbor, I'm walking along the street, somebody's coming down the street. Is this person friendly to me, enemy to me? Is it, should I regard it as a threat? Should I see it as an opportunity to get acquainted with somebody? Is it somebody to rob? Is somebody going to rob me? You know, all these different ways. Is it a handsome person, a beautiful person, ugly person, scary person? I don't know. All the different things. The person could have a dog. And that becomes another element to the person. So to subjectify, to make personal, to objectify, I would have to assume that it would be the opposite, right? This is something to separate you from you. And yet when I look up objectifying something, it's basically to identify it in some form or fashion in reality. There are other terms that are often used in such a negative way. Selfish is one of them. It's automatically deemed to be a negative element to a person, and say that person is selfish. And yet, we are all selfish. We are all looking at things in regard to our own interests. Even if that person, even if it comes in the form of another person, embodiment of another person, say that I am interested in benefiting my son, my daughter, my wife, my dog, whatever the case may be, though some people regard that as selfless, and yet here I am, I'm serving my own interest by helping them, by doing things to benefit them, because that's my interest, that's what I want to see them benefit. So you could say I'm selfish in a selfless way, but it's still selfish. There's such a thing as a negative selfish, where someone sees this person as a benefit to them, like going out and robbing them or killing them to eat them. I don't know. But again, a term like objectify is not necessarily always have a negative connotation. Context is important with most definitions. There are many words out there that have more than one definition, and sometimes we should be a little bit more conscious of context when it comes down to it. I wouldn't pay too much attention in respect to those feminists who are trying to say that men are negative for doing that, because in that case, we're all guilty of it to some degree or another. But I have a problem with whether there should be guilt associated with it. We're just doing it because it's a necessary function. That's all I can think of at the moment. Whether that helps or not, I don't know. And don't feel stupid for asking the question. If anything, I think it's brilliant to ask the question. You should come to a point where you wonder where something means because you automatically assume certain things about it because other people have done it before and you automatically associated with it. Now you're questioning it. That's good. Keep up the good work. Take care now. Bye for now.